Expansion.
So 18, one New Year's, because they were always fighting, one New Year's, like, I was working at Kmart. I had $10 to my name, New Year's Eve. They had broken up. You don't know this story.
I don't know any of these
No,
stories.
you don't know this story. This is gonna tell you who Paulie B became when he became Paulie B. So they had a fight. I thought it was all finally over. We had little baby Alex. My brother was away with my uncle. My mum goes, "Oh, you better leave because your stepdad's coming," and she knows how much I hated him. Like there was a point where I went to a chaplain and said, like, to the police station, Herschel, lock me up because I'm going to kill the guy.
Whoa.
That's how serious it was. And he gave me some good tactics. They called a chaplain, obviously, because I'm a teenager, young kid. Talked to him, and he gave me good tactics. And so this is New Year's. So I leave. I go to Brighton. Don't know where else to go. Brighton got $10. I got a kebab. And then I sat on the beach, Brighton Beach, and I'm going. And then when you see all these families,
Yeah.
yeah, fun. It fucking broke my heart so bad. Like, I was a loner because I was a homebody. Like, I didn't have any friends. I was working Kmart full time. I decided to end my life
Whoa.
because I was so lonely. Loneliness is the fucking killer, right? And the way, because I was so lazy, I was gonna swim to the national park from Brighton, and I know I was gonna drown because I couldn't swim that well. And then something in my head just started screaming at me, don't even think about that. Don't even do that. So I went home and cried my eyes out. And then that's when I decided, no, I'm never going to feel this way again. I felt New Year's was fake. Things like that, celebrations. It put me off.
Yeah.
And that sort of...
You lost faith in
Yeah.
the family
So like,
celebration thing.
I don't know if you've noticed, like, I don't give a fuck about New Year's. Like, I care that I'm with you guys now. That's changed a lot.
Yeah.
But for a very long time, I didn't give a fuck about New Year's. What New Year, new fucking other night?
Yeah, well, we haven't celebrated a New Year's outside of work for you with me 5-6 years, and for me 10 years.
Yeah.
All my New Year's Eve have been spent, making money on in Darling Harbour. You get what I'm saying?
So that changed me a lot. Like, for me, like, it's hard to explain. Like, when you're surrounded by people, like, some people don't get it. But for me, like, and I've spoken to my mum about this situation, this case.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like, it might sound minute to some people, but to me, it meant a lot.
Well, I mean, hold on a second, man. I mean, contemplating taking your own life, it's not the most uncommon thing in the world, but it's highly uncommon. I mean, I've never thought about it. And I'm not trying to, make myself to be a sick cunt or anything, but I just haven't been there. So I don't want you to downplay that whole thing as it wasn't a big thing. I mean, to be, especially as such a young man, nowhere near sort of, the excuse of a midlife crisis or all of those things, to already be contemplating taking your own life, I don't think that should be downplayed in any way, shape or form, my brother. So,
And that's
please continue.
That's what created the Paulie B that you know today. Well, I'm still growing and learning new things.
Well, everything makes us who we are today. The good, the bad, the small, the big, all those things.
And that's where I learned to talk to everyone, like, just get to know it, because there is other people that are lonely, and that the fact that a simple hello might, hey, this guy's talking to me, or things like that, and that would spread to the next person, that there are people that seem different to society, but yet back then I'm talking about, like, that, okay, now, like, everyone's different. I don't want anyone to be the same. That society might not accept these people because they're different.
Yeah.
And that's where that I learned that, nah, I'm not going to be that person.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing I can give you credit for, definitely, as many other things, as I've already stated, and many more to come, is that I've always noticed you definitely are there for people when they need you, because a big part of our role with this club thing, nightclubs, is obviously we're dealing with people that are going through emotions. There might be breakups happening even on the night in the club. There's people drinking alcohol. Some people even take drugs. And sometimes, just as you would in everyday life, you've got people who are, for all those reasons or any other reason, feeling emotional and down and whatever. And I've always noticed that, Big Paulie B gravitates towards those situations and honestly helps those people out and diffuse the situation. Like I've even seen you take people home, go out of your way for all of these people, and being very aware and very conscious of these kind of scenarios, man. So full power to you on that.
Expansion.